other update that is there is in the grading. Now, the grading that you do in Revit 2025 and in 2026 is now in 2026 the grading has improved. That means it gives more accurate results than in the cut fill volume, or a kind of than it was in 2025. Let's take an example. So let's take an example here in the 2025 version, where we create a grading of this particular toposolid. We want to create the grading of this toposolid, and let's first of all understand what the elevations are. So go to the massing insights and label and contour. You find that you have the 0. So they are all at a height. The maximum height is of the contour lines is 500 and above. So we want to grade it as this particular area. We want to grade it at 300 mm. So we want to make it a flat land over here. So if you want to create a grading, let's say we can select it in 2025, and let's go for the grading region in the analysis. So you have a create a new topography exactly like the existing. So what we do is we want to create a exactly as the existing. Now, what is the important part before you grade? So what we need to do, I'm just undoing the grading part. So you don't have a grading now. What we do, we have to change the face. So the existing surface that we have in, let's say, shall be in the existing face, and whatever we will be creating, the new grade will be in the new face. So that's very important, the new construction, so that you can demarcate between these two and then compare the results. So you select it, and then or you can go with the grade region and now select exactly. So now you have got this particular graded region, where if you select it, let's say this particular graded region, where you can see the data over here, and let's look into the cut and fill. Currently we have not changed anything, so it is 0.00 meter cube. Now let's go with the modify sub elements, and let's say we want to remove it, move the data points over here, and select this and remove this area. Then we want to grade it into a pine at a particular, or we can remove it entirely. Let's say we select all these points over here, and let's say remove this point here. We want to remove this point here. Now we want to grade it. Let's say this is at we want to add a point here. Let's say it is at 0, 0. So here elevation base is from the project. So we can take this one, and here under this particular property line, we want to have it as 300, let's say. So there will be some cut and fill over here. Let's see what are the cut and fill. So yeah, this is 300, and I want to put it, make sure that I have a surface here at 300. It's totally justified. And let's say here. Okay. So I have to remove the triangulations as much as I can. Now, if I get this one, now I can see that there is the new cut and fill that has been changed. So if I select this model here, so I can see at the bottom. So this is my graded, and I have a cut. Net cut fill is minus, that means fill is this and cut is this. So now let's compare this data in the 2026 version. So I will save this file and open the same file into 2026 and see. So let's read the data here. For this grading, the fill is 9.903 and the cut is 194.5. 0.407, and let's see the difference between what is now in 2026 and in 2025 that we have uncovered. Now, after subdivisions, there is another enhancement that is there in 2026, that is the grading enhancement. So in the grading now, the cut and fill volume that was calculated in the previous 2025 version has been more precise now. I mean, has been updated and made more, the calculation has been made more precise so that the extra cut or fill that was reported now becomes very accurate, and it will be helpful for excavation analysis. Now let's do a comparative and let's do a grading into the existing surface. So for that, what we do is select the existing surface and change the face created to existing if it is not there. So we have an existing surface here, and then we create grading of the same surface, and then we'll change the elevations to new face. So we have this graded region here, and then there is an option create a new topography exactly like the existing one. So now it is created. Now what we're going to do is, so that it says that the topography being graded was created in the current phase. Grading it will be result in being created and destroyed in the same phase. So that's fine. So here you have this phase created is, so we want to make it in the new construction. So now this is what we have done is we have changed the grading that we created in the new construction. So here we have, now you can find out the cut and fill over here. So here we have the properties of this toposolid. Now let's find out the cut and fill. So here you have the new construction, and then you have the cut and fill, which says that for the graded surface, there is a cut of 551.821. So what I will do is I will edit the sketch and change it to the existing property line that will only grade a part of the surface here. So here we are, and then what we will do is this part of surface that we have used, let me go to the 3D view of it so that I can make it more clear. So here I have this, and then modify elements. I go to the site plan over here. So let me add some points here. Filter, and I have the toposolid. So I'll create the graded toposolid here. Okay, and modify sub-elements. So I'm going to add some points over here. So we have an existing elevations here. So I wanted to have the existing elevation. So I go for an add point here at 300. So I want to change it to 300. So here there are some, I want to make it flat here at 300. I want to remove the extra surfaces through cut and fill. So, and then you have this point over here that you can see the newly created point. So I go to the filter and then check the toposolid, and I can see that in the newly graded surface here we have, and the cut and fill is 1348.147 meters cube. So here we have, so if I want to add a fill over here, so I have to increase it to 600, or you want to create elevation above it. So I want to add some surface over here to the existing graded at 550 or 600. So there is some fill done over here. So let's say I go to the toposolid and modify sub elements. So let me create some fill over here rather than a cut. Add a point, and let's say 550. So here you can see that there will be cut and fill, both will be created. So with this, you find that the new solid will be having 0.339399 meter cube, and cut is this. So with this, you have a new graded region. I save this file and let's record the data and see what it shows in the 2026 version, the same file. So now let's open this file in the 2026 version and let's go to 2026 and let's compare. Now here for the same grading, you would see that if I use the new grading over here, so I press the tab key and I see that it is minus 120.654 meter cube is a net cut or fill, and cut is 121.053. So it's 120.053 meter cube of earth has been removed from the existing toposolid. Now let's move to the 2025 and see what is the data over here. So in this particular, for the same grading, you would see that the data is too much, which is around 1254.98. It means that in the newer version in 2026, it is more optimized and the extra fill or cut which was there now has been marginalized. So this is a big difference that Revit has made, and it would be very beneficial for users who are into excavation analysis or who are into this kind of job work.